What's up guys, Raz1 here with another video on the FJ60. What are we working on today? Well, I have not been driving the FJ60 because the brakes suck. Like I can go down the road probably 20-30 miles an hour, hit the brakes, and it takes me like a good 20-30 feet to stop. So I am troubleshooting the brake system. Today what I'm doing is removing the front calipers and taking off all the seals and seeing what's going on there. I will say I've cheated a little bit already. I removed the caliper on the driver's side up front and one of the pistons was seized up. So I took everything apart, scrubbed it down, sprayed it with some PB Blaster, and it seems to be working fine now. So mainly this video is going to be me taking off the caliper on the passenger side. So let's get to it. Alright, so here's the front tire off, brake, rotor, brake caliper. So what do we got to do to take this thing off? To get this caliper off, 10mm hardline, 17mm bolt up here, and a 17mm bolt right there. Once all three of those are off, you can pull the caliper off and make sure to cap off the hardline so you don't get brake fluid all over the place. So let me get this off so I can show you guys the whole caliper. Here is the brake caliper removed. Check it out. Car's over there. Brake caliper right here. Look at this gnarly thing. Here it is, brake caliper all taken apart. What I'm doing next is I'm going to remove these inner seals right here and check out the condition of the pistons and see if they are seized up like my last ones were. I'll just show you guys how to pop these off right quick. It's kind of hard with one hand, but basically there's these rings right here and you want to try to pop one of these rings out like that. There you go. So this ring comes out, and then you can remove this rubber seal and see the rust. And this one doesn't look too bad. But let me get the other ones done and we'll take a closer look. Now here are the calipers cleaned up a little bit. So what I'm going to do next, which is probably a little ghetto, is to test the pistons. I will reinstall this caliper without the pads and do a little pumping to get the pistons to move to see if they are seized or not. So let me get back to reinstalling these guys so I can test out the pistons. Here are the calipers installed back on without the pads. So let's give it a couple pumps and see what happens. After a couple pumps, you can see that the top pistons touch the rotor, but the bottom ones have a little ways to go. So I'm going to keep pumping until the bottom ones touch. After about 3 more pumps, the bottom pistons are touching. You can tell when they touch, when everything's touching, because the brake pedal gets really stiff. So next, I'm going to take these off. I'm going to clean up the outside portion of the pistons, lube them up, and put on new seals. And we'll see how that goes. Now the caliper's back off. I squeeze the pistons back in. You gotta be a little careful because you will get a little fluid juice squirting out of that hole. But anyways, I got 2 of the new rubber seals installed. Here's what they look like. $9. Then we snap these little rings around them. Secure the rubber pieces in. And boom, new seals. So let me finish that. Here are the calipers with the new seals installed with the rings. So I'm going to put the old brake pads back on. Yes, I know. Don't bitch me out. I didn't get new ones, so I'm just going to put the old ones on. And hopefully this fixes my braking issue. But let me get back to throwing these back on, and I will show you what it looks like once everything is complete. There you go. Caliper is back on. Bolted the hard line. Well, didn't bolt it on, but put the hard line back on. 2 17mm bolts. You can see it spins freely. I'm gonna bleed her and bleeder and get the air out of the lines and pump it down and take it for a test drive and see if this fixed my issue. But let me show you one of the hazards of working on a truck that's been sitting for a long time. Look at that little wasp nest up in there. Put everything back together, took it for a test run, and guess what? The brakes still suck. I think there still might possibly be air in the lines. I don't know. So the brakes still suck, so I still had to troubleshoot that. But I just ran into another issue. The mechanism on the door stopped working. So I had to like crawl up the back door. So another issue for another day. Anyways, this is Raz1 checking out, working on the FJ60. Thanks for watching my video. Have a good one, guys. Bye.